Hello everyone, this is Nick Perry at Schaefer's Investment Research with your chart slide show for Friday, January 11th. Today I'm back with my weekly check of the overall broad market. At the request from a few different readers, I'm making an attempt to bring back the quad view of the indices. This was a view I had used. We switched charting software and made it a little bit more difficult to bring back. I'm trying this to see how it goes. I had to increase the size of the video, so that may cause problems, but we'll give it a shot and see. When we look at this, basically we've got the SPY, the DIA, the cubes, and the IWM. And the last couple of weeks, I've focused my comments on the IWM and specifically the bottom of this range here. We've been kind of bouncing along this. In recent weeks, we kind of chopped. We've now broken the bottom of that range. Let me clear this chart off here. So basically, these recent lows, they've been violated now. Not a great thing in terms of what you want to see from the broad market. What we were watching last week was how the rest of the market was going to respond. And in terms of the SPX, we've talking about this overall trading range here. And if we clear off the chart, basically, we have the SPX right back at the August lows. As far as the interpretation of this, again, we're still in the trading range. We did see a breakdown by the small caps here. We haven't seen confirmation of that breakdown by the larger caps looking at the SPY. When we look at the Dow, it's right flirting with its August lows, so it's kind of mirroring what we're seeing in the SPX. And when we turn to the cubes, we've got those lows here. We're still well above that, so we're still kind of in that range. So as far as my thoughts to watch next week, we were watching the small caps. That's been broken. The question now is whether we're going to see the rest of the market fall and break these lows on the SPY, the August lows. The last couple of days in the blog, we've been talking about some of the technical and sentiment indicators. Specifically, the SPX was pushing down near oversold levels. The same thing applies to the SPY here. Percent of ETFs at oversold levels that I track, again, showing relative extreme readings. So both of those are suggesting that we could be primed for a bounce. We tend to see those readings near bottoms. Doesn't have to be that way. If we get some sort of event, or if it truly is a tremendous amount of selling, obviously. But what we've seen relative in the past is that these tend to mark bottoms. Looking at the ISEE data, we looked at their indicator, the equities only indicator, and it was at levels where we had marked past bottoms. So we got those as basically what I would consider bullish developments. The key is now whether the SPX can hold at these lows. We can see some buyers step in. So that's what we're going to be watching next week. These lows here. If we do see a breakdown here, traditionally what tends to happen is you see a break of a range, you'll get the immediate plunge, and a lot of times you have a retest back up. So if we did see a breakdown, we'd be looking for a move down and then a move back up to retest the bottom of that range. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So anyway, the coming week, keep an eye on the August lows, and as always, stay tuned to the blog for further updates, and have a great weekend.